Stuart Municipal Utilities Council Chambers, tentative agenda Thursday, September 11th, 2025, 5:30 PM. Call to order and roll call. Crawford.
Here.
Sherman.
Here.
Belden.
Here.
Herrick.
Here.
AB here. Agenda approval and consent agenda minute, do we have a motion? A second?
Second.
How do you vote? Crawford.
Yes.
Sherman.
Yes.
Belden. Herrick.
Yes.
AB, yes. Up where number 5 is, and put Chip down to number 7.
Okay.
Sorry, Chip.
You got demoted.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good
So,
afternoon.
my name is Claire Michael. I'm over at Holmes Murphy. I'm on the property casualty side. And so Todd Hansen, I think many of you may know him. He went ahead and gave me a call. We're out in the Milwaukee office, so it makes sense. He's in Florida today, so unfortunately couldn't be here. But, so we're here in place of him. And this is my colleague. I'm Megan Miller, also in the Milwaukee office with Holmes Murphy, and I'm on the employee benefits side. So you have both sides of the house here today.
Okay.
And then we have a few documents, if we can share these, for y'all to go through. I'll finish that up. Thanks.
Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you.
And so wanted to set the agenda quickly. How much time are we allowed to have? Just so we are respectful.
As much as you want.
We'll keep it concise, but this is absolutely meant to be open dialogue by any means, so feel free to ask us any questions. But in the booklet, we just have some things we thought that would be important, but of course did wanna ask the question why we're out here today. I know someone called Todd, and so I just wanna go ahead and ask that question. Absolutely.
I called.
Okay,
So
perfect.
just, I mean,
Yep.
yeah, he'd
And-
spoken to both of us in the past.
Last year, yeah.
Okay, is there anything that's come up recently that's caused a change of wanting to have Holmes Murphy out here today, or just so we can?
So what was the updated price quote for if we did a water treatment plant, the additional cost that Neil asked for at the last meeting for property casualty insurance? Was it 17,000?
Yeah.
So it's taking our existing, whatever you wanna call it,
Yep.
deck pages, I don't know what you call it. That existing policy saying, hey, what do you guys bid it out at the same? And then also considering the, treatment plant, if that were to happen, which is, being discussed very early. And then also we've got, employee benefit costs that are, nearly 20,000 on average per person. So that's been a discussion. Is that something that is, reasonable? We don't know what to benchmark that off of. We've looked at some other towns. Did you send anything, or that grid I sent you for those other town comparisons?
Yeah, we got it.
Okay, so, and we don't know where we go from here. We're just trying to get some information. It is, but I don't think it started until, I don't think the discussion started until
Right.
February or
A
whatever.
little bit later,
Yeah.
where, puts you behind the ball.
So the water treatment plan is what brought this back up.
Got it, okay. So the $17,000 quote, is that for an existing property or a new property?
We have no water treatment plant, we have one, we
Got it.
we bring our water in from Xenia. This would be in the event that we built one,
I see.
based off the specs that Forest Aldridge right behind you was
Okay.
looking at.
Absolutely,
So,
okay. That
anyway.
helps to just
Yeah,
get some color
yep.
behind the scenes. What I will say is I know currently I believe you're with EMC Insurance, and someone that's really competitive is the state ICAP program. And so that's something where details can be a little bit further down the road. But with that program, just being more competitive to your point of where's pricing at? I know rates just keep going through the roof. You're probably feeling it in your own personal auto, home. It seems like there's not an end to this. And so there's a few different trains of thought here. I don't wanna maybe spew solutions out without fully understanding everything, but just some ideas and trends we're seeing across the board is, one, of course, shopping your insurance. When's the last time that's happened? Has the market been competitive? And so that's where, as a broker, we can come help and educate or help, where we have our risk and safety team, where they can come out and identify, like, yep, that right there, a loss control person would see and they would like it. Or we can determine and scope that out, so you look more attractive to an insurance company, and they're like, yeah, we wanna give you the most competitive rate. Again, I'm not saying that's specific to the situation, but just some solutions that we've seen for other clients with, it's very hard, property market that we're in. I do wanna ask, so I noticed that it's the Municipal Utilities Board. So are you separate from the city of Stuart? with, when it comes to insurance, or is it all on the board?
Seven.
Yeah.
Separate?
Yeah.
Okay, and has it always been that way, or has there been a time where it's been together?
What, 1947? It was all together.
Okay.
That's when it split.
It's always been with EMC for that long though,
Oh,
right?
wow.
Just,
We've been with,
we get the same provider, but
Got it.
we deal with
Yep.
it separately.
Yep, and is there a reason behind keeping it separate? And that can be looked at deeper or further down the road. But something we look at from an administration standpoint is what are some, double insurance that you could potentially be having? And how can you mitigate maybe whether that's claims or just the process of handling insurance? It's something to look at in the future, not saying now, but I just wanted to figure out the process.
So if we decide to do it, and there's the mayor, if the city council decides to do it, we would still get a discount?
you're saying there could be an economies of scale discount?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yep.
It would be like two accounts, but.
Sure.
I don't know, do you have any questions?
I have
Sorry,
lots,
Go ahead,
yeah.
okay.
So for your benefits, does the same thing apply? You do your own benefits within your board as opposed to the city, or are those all together?
All the benefits come from the union. The only reason they get the good benefits is because of our guys that are in the union.
So do your benefits run through the union or the board, like everyone's benefits do?
We don't get benefits, but
All employees.
everybody, all the city, everybody's
City
goes
and
through the union.
They're fully funded,
Yes.
by the city or the utilities.
I see. So would that be the insurance that you're talking about, the premiums being?
Yeah, and we just got a
20,000
comparison, Ash just handed out that, and looking at the other comparables, that I asked him, they're not too, they're very reasonable, some are higher, some are lower, so we're just trying to benchmark things on both bases to understand, because,
Yep.
haven't done that, so.
How many employees do you have roughly enrolled in that plan?
15, 16 full-time.
Okay, and are you just on a regular fully insured plan, or is there some sort of PEO arrangement?
No, fully insured.
Fully insured, okay. If costs are something that is the pain point right now, there are a couple different funding strategies we can look at to mitigate costs. I'm happy to go pull some benchmarking for you guys and send it back, whether that's email or bring it back to another meeting such as this, just to kind of show you where you line up compared to our client base. That's
That'd be
something
great.
that is helpful, so I'll get you a card after this and then we can get in touch.
If you guys wanna come back and present, that's great to me, I mean, I'd rather
Yeah.
have the whole board understand, see it, and,
Uh-huh.
This
In
is a
fact-
great start, Ash.
Is that at a
Wouldn't
joint
you
meeting?
think that we
Yes.
could, do a joint with the city council since
Yeah.
it's with city too?
So I think the purpose then of this, and Claire, you'll correct me if you feel differently, but we wanna gain an understanding of where you guys are at, so that when we come back, we can give pointed solutions to the pain points you're feeling. Now, whether that means you move forward with Home Smart Fee or not, that's ultimately your decision,
Sure.
but like, our goal here is just to educate you and help you understand what options are available. Again, if you haven't shopped in a while, we're happy to help you shop the market and just see what's out there, because, you need to do due diligence to all of the employees that are on the plans and all of your other lines of coverage to help manage the budget.
And that's something too, I know Todd brought it up previously, maybe last year there was some interest too late a little bit in the process of looking at ICAP for options. That's someone where if you can get into ICAP, it's super competitive with the rates and the, terms they offer you are insane, like with general liability. Typically you see $1-2 million limits, and ICAP is $12 million general aggregate. So you have a lot of throw-in coverages that benefit not only the city, your employees, your day-to-day, ease of convenience there. So that's just something off the top of my mind right now. Again, haven't go deep yet, but thinking, EMC is a great carrier partner. But at the end of the day, I believe that ICAP might be a little bit more competitive. Of course, they have to underwrite the account. But what Megan's saying here is, of course, want to use this time to pick your brain, kind of see where we're at, and then how can we come back and maybe pitch a solution to you and or have that ask of, would you want us on your behalf to go out to our markets and, just get a pulse check? Because on the property casualty side, we can't really benchmark, it's really hard to. We can tell you we work with a lot of cities and where you sit in that, but it's hard to benchmark your account to others. And so what we can do is go to the marketplace and say, hey, we don't even have to say your name, we can say we have a prospect. They're getting offered X, Y, and Z, where would you come in at? And so we find that benefit, what we're doing for a lot of clients because of the rates, to come back and say, hey, you're actually in a really good spot. And there's nothing wrong in saying that, right? Makes you probably sleep better at night a little bit to know that you're in a good spot. But since you've been with EMC since 1947, my suggestion would be to move forward with just approaching the marketplace. I'm not saying full submission yet, as it's only September and you're in an April renewal, but potentially start to engage markets and say, hey, would you be interested in quoting 90 to 100 days out?
So would you get a hold of ICAP or do we need to?
We would.
Okay,
Yep, so we can approach on your behalf, and ICAP would wanna come out and do one of those,
yeah,
loss, yep, risk and
cause they've
safety
been out
visits.
before, right, Pat?
Yeah, they have.
And we can help too, I know maybe last time was a little bit working against us, where we could have our risk and safety team on one of the pages, you can see Colton Page is listed there. He actually can either come out or do a virtual, or someone will walk through like a Zoom, and just walk through, we can talk with him about like, hey, last time maybe X, Y, and Z was our issue, how can we be more attractive to the carrier? And that's what he does day in and day out, so I'd be happy to start that process. Again, I don't wanna overpromise and underdeliver, but that's initial thoughts I have right now.
I think it sounds great, everything just, I mean, if we could open book what we have today and cooperate with these folks, with you guys, and so we can understand the coverages we have,
Absolutely.
what the marketplace has.
Yep.
And if there's savings or additional offerings we can get, you know what I mean?
Yes,
It's just,
absolutely.
so that's just one thing,
Yeah.
and I don't know insurance, that's not my deal, so.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
just-
why we're here.
Yeah, right, I'm just saying, it's like, there's gonna
Yeah.
be, maybe health insurance, you know, looking at the cost per person or by community, we're right in line. So we can tell our, residents that our costs aren't there, but maybe there's some differences in benefits that
Right.
can be tweaked, so that's all, I mean.
But we have certain deductibles that we're
Yes.
we're not even realizing are causing the cost to be way
Yeah,
higher than
exactly.
they need to be.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then it ultimately falls on you, the consumer, when.
so maybe the costs all stay the same, but we get better coverage, maybe the costs
Yeah,
go
right.
down, and I don't know.
If you're getting more bang for your buck in
Yeah.
the area, I mean, that's worth it
Right,
at the end of the
right.
day. So what this exercise would entail is, there would be some different information I would need from you, like plan design, what the deductibles are right now, how much you're paying, and how much the employees are getting contributed to their plan. Things like that will provide a more comprehensive benefit benchmark. So I don't know who the correct contact would be.
Yeah.
Okay.
All that has to go through,
Okay,
yeah.
perfect. Yes, I will email you and get in contact with you just to gather that information. As
Sure.
soon as we have that, we'll be back. It really doesn't take more time. Is your renewal date for benefits also April 4th, or is that on January 1st?
No, that's when we do the contract, right?
The union
The
contract,
union contract,
that's set for the next 3 years, so.
yeah. Is that when we do it, is when we do
What
the
is-
union contract?
Is Lineco required to be a part of that contract? Is it in there? Because I thought that the coverage, whether we shared costs with employees or didn't, was not part of that contract, so why would Lineco be part of it?
Line code never has been part of
Okay.
it,
Gotcha.
right?
Well, I don't know.
Well, I mean, it is and it isn't. We have the insurance because of the guys in the
Right,
union,
absolutely.
but I don't know if it has to be that
I
way.
thought, I remember.
Do you know,
guys
Ben, if it
saying
has to?
that that wasn't part of the negotiated contract, didn't include like health
Hey,
insurance.
is
It
that
does
something
not-
we can share or not?
It is not
Okay.
part of the contract.
That's what I thought. So that probably wouldn't have anything to do with union
No,
negotiations.
I don't think we have, if your question is, do we have to have line go because we are members? I don't think that's true.
I don't think so either,
I think that's just.
That's what I thought I'd heard.
but
That's a
Okay.
hard
that's
question.
just who we've
That's a hard
always
question.
had since they joined the union.
Right.
Good.
Yeah.
This verifies that.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
But at least we have information.
I'm not
to say.
arguing there at all.
So, well,
And
no,
is
I'm
Lines
just,
the broker of that union?
Yeah,
Yes, okay, perfect, thank you.
Okay, so,
but as you guys get information and
yeah,
don't hesitate to get on the agenda, I mean, and come and share the stuff, whatever you
Okay.
need from us, so.
so it sounds like, and correct me if I'm wrong, maybe next steps would potentially look like getting complete policies, so then we can start to do our review, digest, and maybe just come out and do, charge you guys with too many solutions right now, where we haven't had the time to digest it. But what I'm hearing is maybe next steps is come out and do some education, and then we could talk further, or is there
Right about-
something else?
Yeah, 'cause I think we need to have city council in on this too, don't you, Dick? Yeah.
But if they choose not to do anything, I'd still like to, personally,
Well,
I'd still
yeah, we
rather-
can still look into it, even if city council don't wanna do anything.
But just try first.
Right,
Gotcha.
but, so they have the information.
Opportunity, yeah, gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay, so would that be obtaining not only the policies from the board, but also city policies?
Yes.
If,
Okay,
if they're willing.
yep,
Yeah, cause they're on it too.
Okay, who should I contact?
The
Ash.
council,
Okay, well,
you need to talk to the council.
okay,
Oh,
got it.
okay.
Council needs to do what they do now.
Right.
He has the authority to do that.
Okay, so we would come out separately to talk to the council?
Yes, if you would like
And
to,
then, yep, and then we can go from there.
yes,
Okay,
absolutely.
awesome. Okay.
When we come back, we will bring, so this booklet is just very high level, like, who is Holmes Murphy, what your team would look like. Because quite frankly, we just wanted to come learn more about you today. When we come back, we will bring a more comprehensive visual with, okay, here's what we heard, this is what we're seeing with your policies, and here are some different ideas we have. And then that would be the decisions that you guys can make, we can leave that behind with you, and then you can say, this is what we're more interested in, would that require another meeting? Would we wanna go to the market on your behalf with those unique solutions? So, just an idea of what would come next.
And if you guys, I'm sorry, I meant to ask, is you guys representing Dell, is that right, your office? Or is that Todd?
Todd,
Todd
yep, so,
works with Adele? Are there
Yep.
other communities that you guys represent you could share?
yes, we would have to connect with the, other cities to see if they would allow us to.
Well, I mean, it's public record, right?
Yes,
You represent them,
yep.
so I mean, what would be
Yep.
some of those communities?
We, I can't speak on behalf because I don't work with any of the other ones. I
Okay.
don't know if you do, but we most definitely can share some
Okay,
information.
alright.
Yep. Well, thank you for your time. Are there any questions for us before?
Open book, no roadblocks, and see where it goes?
Okay. And who should be my main point of contact
Yes.
for you? Yep, for grabbing the utilities.
Yes, absolutely,
Okay, perfect. We will give you, business cards before we go, just so we can
sure.
make sure. Otherwise, we appreciate the time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
Okay, water treatment study amendment for Soul Ridge of V and K.
Which one goes to Chip?
No, we put him under.
Oh, okay. Bonus.
Chip's got away.
At the bottom.
Poor Chip.
Please be mine.
It actually works out very well.
Okay.
Chip, podcast idea. So at the last board meeting, what we talked about was moving forward with the next step, with looking at a water plant. And there's still quite a few questions out there, and that's what this amendment looks at. So what this amendment will look at is three things. One is, we've made some assumptions about Xenia. Are they willing to buy water from the city? What rate would that be at? How much water would they be willing to take? And just work towards having a dialogue with Xenia and getting an understanding with them on what they're willing to do and not willing to do. So that's part one. Number two, and Ben's brought this up, is, we have been making the assumption that we have an unlimited supply of water in the aquifer south of Redfield. And so part of this is hiring a hydrologist. Her name is Martha Silks. I don't know if you're familiar with her or not, but she's been at this a long time, so she would analyze that aquifer, make sure that there's enough water for everybody out there. And then this includes entering into dialogue with Dexter and Redfield to make sure they know what's going on. And so we make sure we have enough water for all three cities. And then the third thing is we've kind of identified a couple places in town for where a water plant could go. But they're just kind of boxes moved around, so it would be, how big are the filters? How big is the RO unit? What does this layout of this building look like? Working with Pat and Ben to see what they like and don't like, and making sure, how big is this box? What does the layout of this building look like? And where would it fit? And how would the driveways and the site plan and everything look around it? So it's kind of doing all three of those things, because we need to figure out all three of those before we start moving ahead start designing anything or building.
Is number 3 much more tenuous and lengthy than 1 and 2? 3 to me would come after 1 and 2. That's all.
No, I guess I was, yes, they would. We would have some initial things with 1 and 2 first.
Okay.
And 3 would
Follow.
follow
Okay.
short. We wouldn't necessarily have to feet one and two.
Sure,
But get into it
directionally,
first.
yeah, that's all, if one, you know what I mean, if one of them
Yes.
fell through, then there's no,
Correct. There's
I'm
no
with you,
point in
yep,
doing the third.
right, yep.
But of the three, is the third probably where most of the cost of the fee is coming from?
The hydrologist is about 15,000, and so then there's on top of that, you know, being case time to deal with
Right.
Redfield and Dexter, and so, I don't know, maybe you're trying to get me off memory.
I'm gonna jump on that pile too, so,
It's,
even though
I'd
Chip's
say
in
it's
it.
probably a third. Maybe the Xenia is a little bit less.
What's the,
And if, Neil, I'll tell you right now, if we only get through one and two, you know, we'll drop it.
That, you knew where I was getting at.
Yes.
Well, the first question is there even enough water there, isn't it? Isn't that the main thing? I mean, if
that's what
that's,
we gotta get through one.
is that
That's
number,
number one.
that's number one?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes, that's number one.
Yeah,
okay.
so,
So the,
so wouldn't proceed with
Just to
three
be-
until one and two are satisfied.
just to be clear, 48, the number here, if you got partway through and you said, this just doesn't make sense, then
We'll just bill you for the time.
You've done
Got
that
it.
before
Yeah.
on other
Okay.
things.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. You've stopped, you know.
Yes.
so-
That's not how
just do my responsibility as board member.
Yeah, I mean, it just,
Good question.
Anyone else got any questions?
Need a motion.
I'd like to make the motion that we go ahead on this.
I'd second.
Okay, so how you vote? Crawford?
Yes.
Sherman?
Yes.
Belden?
Yep.
Herrick?
Yes.
Avy, yes.
Thanks.
Thank you very much.
thank you.
Okay, Chip.
Good evening, Jeff Schultz, Utilities Financial Advisor. On the electric infrastructure revolving loan program, the Iowa Energy Center board was to meet today. Your staff has an email I forwarded to Pat, Josh, and Sarah. They moved their meeting from today to October 7th, so we don't know the results of your application of that energy infrastructure revolving loan program. So that's still unknown. So I work for Central Iowa Water Works, who's gonna be, they're the wholesale provider of water to Xenia right now. They're gonna be raising that rate on a wholesale basis to Xenia. I think a lot of the interchange or and the nexus of what your whole hypothetical wholesale rate would be to Xenia is gonna be, you have to be competitive versus what Central Iowa's rate to Xenia would be. So if you're looking at that as a revenue source, the revenue from selling water to Xenia, you wanna be competitive, I think, with what that whole rate would be. So that is a piece of the analysis that we're still working on. The Central Iowa Water Works, formerly Des Moines Water Works, their board hasn't acted on yet on a rate increase. So it's not quite there at the point where we can analyze that. So we'll work with Forrest on, last year we worked through water utility cash flow on a number of user rate scenarios. It'd be something like that again, and considering the water treatment plant, if you wanna go that direction. So it's in the works. I just wanna touch base and let you know where things stand and answer any questions that you might have at the present time.
Did they throw out any cumulative rate increases with this nitrate issue or nitrite, whatever the issue is, did they throw out any?
Nothing that's definitive yet, but there is going to be something, so, their board hasn't acted on it, so I think they're a little reluctant to share that too much at this point. Any other questions?
Have you integrated forest estimates on this, on that Excel
On the
table
plan.
he gave us last month with the water fund model to try to, is that
It's in the
possible?
works.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
and
yeah, that's what I
that'll
mean.
be part of the process, it's in the
Perfect.
works. And I just have to give a big kudos to Forrest and his folks. What he presented, this spreadsheet at the July meeting, that was very compelling, and I was surprised by that. That was a really good analysis that he put together, so, I think that this right here is really the crux of making this look to be a financial, I didn't think it was probably financially viable. This makes it, I think, worth considering. So,
Yeah, if those numbers could bear out and we could give our community an independent water source that we manage on our own, don't have to worry about a cumulative rate increase, and we're selling water to cover the costs,
Sure.
I mean,
And you've got, of course, other utilities that are breaking away from them on their own are Altoona, Monterey, and Meter. So you're, if you're looking at your, being your home source, as Scott knows, that's a, I work with Winter State Utilities. They had dredged a lake in the 2013, 14 time frame. That's their water source. They were evaluating at that point whether to connect to Des Moines. They have a backup connection to Des Moines, but they're glad they have their own source. Any other questions? It's just in the works. Just touch base. Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Jim.
Thank you. Number 8, city administrator reports.
Let's go through to it before we go to closed session. Start with the financial report on page 1. We are at a 7.4 million on hand at the bank. On page 2, from between the beginning of July and the end of August, we are at a 64,000 plus. Page 3, we are within the budget. 3.4 million is our budget, within 600. We have 200 left. Page 4, the months of August between the beginning and ending, we are at a 35,000 plus. Next page is the breakdown of our budget, review information. Next we go to the delinquent. We have 1 on the bottom of the page 1. And that takes us to the next report of delinquent account paid in full, no change. That takes us to page 2. The next we go to payment agreement, we have 8 highlighted by check mark on the right hand. The next we go to page is paid in full payment agreement, we have 3, will be shown on page 4. Without saying names, and that takes us to page 5. Budget billing, we added 1 person, without saying name, with the check mark on the right hand. Report the deceased and bankrupt, we added 1 person deceased. Next report is the offset program, no change. The last report is a format that will be adding to my report every month that kinda summarize the activities at the superintendent, electric department, water department. Like you to go over it when you get a chance. If you have any questions, I'll be glad to answer, and Beth will be glad to answer too. It can be during the meeting if you want, or you can call me or call back.
thank you both for,
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you to Beth
Everybody
and the
for-
guys, we worked throughout the last month to come up with that conclusion. Okay, that should do it.
Okay, public forum.
Do we have a time frame on getting the pole moved for Freddie Williams?
Within the next couple of weeks. They've started on the process already.
Okay, we're going to.
Brian?
2 things.
Yeah.
Brian's got something.
Oh,
I got 2 things. One, I'd like to commend Ash, our utility employees, Pat, on our budget. When we're looking at something like this, a lot of communities don't have the reserves to be able to go out and even look at a $48,700 expense, and we sugarcoat this and walk away from the financial flexibility that we have. And Chip, you're a big part of that too. So, I mean, I don't think we talk about it enough, about what we have versus what we don't have. And so I'm just bringing that up. That
So is
we're-
Force.
Enforced, yeah, now you are. Anyway, we're able to do these types of things and look at these things for the community because of, how you guys have done things, so I appreciate it. And then the second thing was, there's been discussions about elected, appointed, all of these different, with employees. Our employees or city employees, general employees that work for a municipality, that have a budget. One name came up for utility board, that was an employee, and vice versa. There's 5 different scenarios I can give you. So I called the Iowa League of Cities, and the deputy director said, everybody's welcome to run for office, right? Encourage everybody. You cannot have a public position and employment. It doesn't work. It's a conflict of interest. He cited the city code, and it's clear as day. There's no, I asked if there's a policy it's supposed to be in place. There's not a policy because the code references it. And it's if there's a budget. So if it's a volunteer type thing and there's no budget for that department, it doesn't matter. But that was a delineation. So I also verified this with Steve Brick to verify independently to see if there's any conflict in interpretation of that code. And they were spot on, same recommendation, conflict of interest. So, and I don't know. That's just what I got. What's it?
Okay.
Okay. Number 10.
Directive. We're gonna go to you wanna discuss A, or you wanna go to closed session?
Scott, do we need to go into closed session right away for what you're gonna present, or?
So do I read this then now?
So we have to, so everybody up there would have to sign the non-disclosure.
Yes, everybody would have to, so the board will sign the NDA, they're going to approve that as board members.
Yep.
That's already party to an NDA, you send back that. But anybody who's not on the board would have to sign the attachment A, which is just a confidentiality agreement, it's attachment to that NDA. You should have those documents, correct?
Yes. Okay. So,
So which one do I read?
Does the signing need to happen before going into close?
Yeah, but she's, I got it. I read. Okay. So I just read this first and
okay,
then,
we're gonna go to closed session now. You
approve
you need to
signing.
approve the signing.
You need to approve the signing of the NDA.
okay, so that's,
And the attachment A.
okay, and then that's what I read this. Okay, authorize and approve confidentiality agreement regarding electric transmission, planning and construction and critical injury infrastructure.
We need a motion. We need a motion to approve that. We need a motion to approve that. We need a motion to
I'll make
approve,
that
authorize
motion.
and approve.
What
Moved
is
by
it,
John.
just a question, what would it hurt to have Forrest and Chip sit in on this discussion?
We're not yet to the closed session. We
I
just
understand.
need-
I get it,
there's
but
a-
they would have to sign it as well, is it?
They would have to sign.
I didn't want them to leave and have not.
Yeah,
There's
anyone
already
wanna
some
attend
sort of-
has to sign.
I understand, I'm just asking, does the board want them in there for their subject matter
Yeah,
knowledge?
that's-
I think they should be.
Okay,
It's okay.
Unless there's some sort of already confidentiality agreement with Sue. No, we're all, we can't talk about it unless they're signed, either the attachment A or they are party to the NDA. I'll sign
and if you guys don't want
Sorry.
to, that's fine if it's a conflict, I just
Okay.
didn't want you guys to leave and not have.
But no, they're not gonna leave, they're gonna sign it, but we need a motion to authorize
Fine.
that.
Yeah.
Move,
We need a second.
second,
Sure.
second by them.
Okay, then I read this.
How do you vote? How do you vote?
What, do I?
Just wait,
Okay.
wait, I will-
Okay, you'll get it. Okay.
We need a roll call. How do you vote?
Crawford,
Yes.
Sherman,
Yes.
Belden,
Yep.
Harry,
Yes.
Avy, yes.
We need a motion to go into closed session.
We have to also do attachment A for anybody who's not on the board.
They have to sign, is that what you're saying? Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
So, I mean, if you're gonna have a motion, make the motion to, have the people that are not board members sign the attachment A that are gonna be party to the
We need a
closed
motion.
session.
We need a motion.
Oh my God.
Second.
How you vote,
Second.
Crawford,
Yes.
Sherman,
Yes.
Belden,
Yep.
Harry,
Yep.
Okay,
Avy.
good. Now we need a motion to go to closed session.
Move.
Moved by Belden,
Second.
seconded by Dan. Now we can meet.
So this one, the green one, Sarah? Yes. That's the green one.
Ash is media still on.
Yeah, I was gonna ask.
Well, we make a motion and
We
do
need a
vote
motion.
in closed session, and then I will
Yeah,
close it down.
okay.
Yes.
Okay, make, who made the motion?
Moved by Building, seconded by Dan.
Okay, makes a motion as follows. I move that pursuant to Iowa Code Section 21.5, 1A, 388.91, and 21.51K, the board at this time go into closed session to review or discuss records which are required or authorized by state or federal law to be kept confidential, to discuss proprietary information and information required by a non-customer contracting party to be kept confidential pursuant to a non-disclosure agreement which relates to electric transmission planning and construction and critical energy infrastructure, and discuss information contained in records in the custody of a governmental body that are confidential records pursuant to section 22.7